Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, this is Rep Mark from the Lawrence server. Wondering where I've been? Well, between the holidays and a lot of bad luck, including me getting sick, and me losing my authenticator for a while. Yeah, I haven't had much time to actually get on and put anything up. So I'm deciding to put this video up now, sort of detailing my spec and why I chose it. So, looking at it right now, 30-point talent tree of restoration, and pretty standard build. A couple points could change. Some may wonder why I've chosen some over the others, and I will go into this. First choice was Title Focus. This pretty much to reduce the mana cost of healing spells. Very good, considering how we go nowadays. Spark of Life, 3 points. Increases the healing done and healing received. So, another good talent to have. I did not go into Ancestral Resolve, largely because I just saw better talents. I can see some points in which it might be beneficial to have, but for permanently speccing into, I don't see it. So I didn't bother. And of course, improved Water Shield, which I have a 100% chance to gain the mana of a water bubble every time I cast a critical strike. This is nice, in spite of the fact of our incredibly low critical strike rating after leveling up. So it doesn't proc as often as I'd like. Hopefully that will go up, but yeah. This is one of those specs that I can see why people would want to go into critical strike rating just to have it proc more. But I'm still going with my intellect, stam, gym, and enchant build, as well as reforging, because I just see that as more beneficial for overall healing output. Totemic Focus increases the mana cost of your totems and increases their duration by 40 minutes. So essentially, this is increasing your totem's lasting time from 5 minutes to a little over 7 minutes, which is good. You don't have to cast as often, and it costs you less to throw them down. Very beneficial. I didn't want to go into Focused Insight because I just really, between the loss of hit rating and the amount of times you're actually not going to be healing, I just don't see this being viable. Certain fights, yes, certainly. That would go the same with currents. Ugh, I speak good English. But yeah, it's certain fights maybe, but overall permanent speccing into, I just don't see it myself. Then we have Nature's Guardian. Whenever damaging attack brings you below 30% health, your maximum health is increased 5%, and your threat is reduced. This is one of those weird talents. I can see it as being beneficial, but it looks like a PvP talent, but then the threat comes in and it's just like, what? So, yeah, I don't even know. Ancestral Healing reduces your target's physical damage by 10 seconds for 15 seconds after a critical effect from one of your healing spells. This is very nice, especially if you're going into tank healing. But really, anyone can benefit from it, and that is really nice. Less damage taken is a good thing. Nature's Swiftness. It pretty much turns your next nature spell into an instacast, which is nice. I've pretty much created a macro which binds this to Greater Healing Wave. It's an oh shit heal, which is nice to have considering how low people can go in some of these fights. Nature's Blessing increases the effectiveness of your direct heals on earth-shielded targets by 15%. Very good for tank. It is awesome. So essentially, your tank's earth-shielded, you cast Healing Wave, which usually heals for about 7k. This will boost it to about 8 to 9k. Very nice. Soothing Rains increases the amount healed by your healing stream totem by 50% and your healing rain spell by 30%. This is good, and there are some fights where I probably should be using healing rain more, but yeah, this is good. And I used to have mana stream totem, but due to just mana regen issues, I've had to go with mana totem. So, but yeah, it does help, and I see this as a recommended talent if you don't want to go into it, but it's one of those that's good to heal, especially if you know how to properly use Healing Rain and Healing Stream Totem. Improved Cleanse Spirit. This is important. You want to have this so that you can remove magic effects. If you do not have this, you will probably be kicked from groups, because, yeah, shamans are now, Pallies can't remove magic anymore, so that's going to be shamans. Ugh. Get this talent. Do it. Cleansing Waters reduces the cost of Cleanse Spirit by 40%, which is nice because if you try spamming it, it will waste mana. Yeah, don't do that. Very bad. And when it successfully removes a harmful effect, you also heal the target for 5,090. This is very good, like especially if you go into the Tolbarad boss. Cleansing like crazy, and my healing just goes through the roof because of this. Good stuff. Ancestral Awakening. When you critically heal with a single target direct heal, you summon an ancestral spirit to aid you, instantly healing the lowest percentage health party member or raid target within 40 yards for 30% of the amount healed. This is good. You want this. A lot of these talents, I see why they've done it. Some chamois want to go for critical strike. Honestly, I'll wait until I get the gear. It'll eventually come. My personal opinion is haste, intellect, gemming, enchanting, and reforging is the way to go. Some people may differ, and there are some people who are better at min-maxing than I am. I'm just going for what works for me based on my own theory crafting. So, yeah. Manatide Totem. This is your mana regen oh shit totem. So it pretty much increases your spirit by 350%. This is tremendously nice. It'll regen relatively quickly, so very essential to have. God, my frame rate sucks. I'm really hoping this didn't kill my video quality. We'll find that out soon. Total Clearance. Lightning Bolt spell will restore mana equal to 20% of the damage dealt. Now, I don't know if they've changed this, but the last time I looked, Blizzard intended this to be a leveling talent. Well, there are certain fights in which I can see this might be beneficial, again, with hit rating and other things taken into account. I don't see a reason to permanently spec into this. I don't see it as worth it, so I don't bother. Tidal Waves, Chain Heal, Riptide. This will reduce the cast time of your healing wave and grading healing wave by 30% and increases the critical effect chance of your healing surge spell by 30%. This is awesome because it essentially reduces my healing wave, which right now with all my haste rating is a 2.19 second cast, which is pretty slow. This will reduce that to about a 1.55 second cast, which is pretty GG. I'm effectively able to spam it. You know, I just cast Riptide, spam it a couple times, Riptide again, just rinse and repeat, and yeah, my healing just goes through the roof. It's very nice. Blessing of Eternals grants an additional 80% chance to trigger your Earth Living Heal over time effect when you heal an ally who is over 35% of total health. Very nice for low DPS when you're just taking AoE damage and there's just nothing you can do. So, yeah, very nice one to have. Riptide, essential. Get this heal. It's essentially your hot. It heals about 5k for your first heal and then over 10k for 21 seconds. Very nice. If you cast Chain Heal, it will consume the healing over time effect and increase the amount of the Chain Heal by 25%. Very nice to have. Go for it. Now going into some of the side ones I've went into. On my elemental, I went into Acuity, which increases the critical strike chance of all spells and attacks by 3%. Personally, anything that increases your critical strike chance like that, go for it. It's not essential. It's nice to have, and it will increase your healing output. So I would definitely advise getting this talent right here after you go into the full 31 points you need in Resto. Elemental Weapons. This will increase the Earth Living Weapon ability by 40%. That is a lot of spell power. I would definitely get this. Especially with your Unleash Element ability, which I do not have on my bar, something which I need to fix soonish. Yes, because not having this is bad. That's right, folks. I am a baddie. I do not have stuff I should have on my bars. Improved Shields. Increases the damage done by our lightning shield orbs, mana gain from your water shield orbs by 15%, and the amount of healing done by your earth shield orbs by 15%. Very nice to have, especially since it's almost guaranteed you will have water shield on yourself and earth shield on your tank. Some debate about this, but personally with the amount of movement that goes on around boss fights and so forth and so on, I think Ancestral Swiftness is essential. It essentially turns your Ghost Wolf spell into an instacast and increases your movement speed by 15%. Yeah, you want to have this. And yeah, so that's my spec. Any questions you can go ahead and comment. And that's it for tonight. Thank you very much. Bye.